Hey guys, welcome back to QB's Barbecue and Bakery. Today I want to show you how I make some elusive but also delicious crispy skin pork belly on the big green egg. Now, a couple of videos ago I showed you what I think is one of the most delicious breeds of pork meat we can get here in the Netherlands. It's called liver. Just look at one of my previous videos on Greek style low and slow pork belly. I got the same piece of meat. The only difference is now I got it with the skin on it, or as we say in Dutch, zwoerd. Now the trick is to get it all dried up and make sure that we get that crispy enough when we finish it in our kamado. So I'll show you the prep on getting the skin nice and carved up and ready and dry, and then we're going to season it and put it on our barbecue. So we got our kamado set up, my big rig in this case. I've got a batch of lump charcoal. Underneath the charcoal I put 2 blocks of cherry wood for some smoke flavor. Instead of putting in the convector, I'm going to put in 2 of these half moon convectors or baking stones from Bakery Neck. There's a reason for that. I'll show you a little bit later on, but let's watch this get a nice glowing coal bed. We'll install the rest of the equipment and then I'll show you how we prep our meat. So our dough is nice and warm, so the ceramics have warmed up. We've got a nice fire going. It's time we install our components. So first I'm going to put in the first of our half moon deflector plates. And there's a reason why we're using this today, but I'll show you later on in the video. I always put in these little aluminum brackets, have a raised drip pan, and then I'm going to install my second deflector for a reason. Because later on during the cook we will have to take this out but still be able to protect our meat from the bottom. So let's put this in. Make sure we have plenty of airflow all around. There we go. Then in go our grill grates. Then we install our temperature sensor. Yes, I'm going to use the meter, but I always like to have a second opinion. So I'm going to install my iGrill. Make sure that I measure those temperatures. This is our setup. Then I'll show you how we prep our meat. So in this tray we have our pork belly that's been in the refrigerator overnight. So you see all the juices that have come out from the salt brine. So first things first is we're going to take all this coarse salt off the skin to see how that process has dried out our skin. Now, the effect that you're looking for is like what they call old man's skin. And you'll probably be able to see that all these wrinkles in here, that's a token that the skin has been dehydrated. But that's only the first step. Because in order to render this skin to crackling, I'm going to take this little knife. It's like a hobby knife, and because I don't want to score all the way into the meat, I'm going to set this up for just, like half a centimeter, like 4 to 5 millimeters. And I'm going to score this skin with this knife, and I'm not afraid to go in too deep. So then I know, as you see, I'm not touching the meat. I'm going to make all these lines, and this will help render that skin, give us those elusive crackling. So here we have our skin scored. As you can see, all these little score marks. Now they're only fat layer deep, so that's going to help us get that beautiful crispy skin. But although I really like the natural flavor of this pork, I want to put something extra on it. I got one of my favorite rubs here. This is Yardbird by Plowboys. It's a great rub. You can use it on pork, you can use it on chicken. It's got nice and bold flavors. So we're going to season the underside here. Now we're going to let this soak in for about 15-20 minutes. And then when the barbecue is back on temperature, we're going to put it on our big green egg. So our big green egg has come up to temperature. I'm running today for the first part of the cook at 250 degrees Fahrenheit on grade level, which is about 120, 122 degrees Celsius. Keep in mind, grade level is always hotter than dome temperature. So when I'm saying 120 degrees Celsius on grade level, we are actually looking here at about 210 degrees Fahrenheit, 105 Celsius on the dome. Keep in mind there is always a bit of a difference. So let's put our meter probe inside our pork belly, get it on the smoker. So we've got some smoke rolling from our cherry chunks. Now as you can see, I've put the pork on the left hand side of our grate, because later on during the cook, this right hand side, specifically our deflector plate, is going to have a different purpose later on. But I'll show you in the second part of that cook. So we are going to cook this pork belly for about a couple of hours until we reach, say, about 70-75 degrees core temperature. And then we'll go into the second phase of this cook. Now I do want to give a shout out to my buddy Cliff. He's a guy from me at work. He gave me this beautiful piece of pork from Liva. He actually lives in the area of this abbey that they grow these pigs. So Cliff, thanks a lot, guy. I think it's going to taste awesome. So it's been about 3.5 hours. We've hit our core temperature. Our pork belly is over the 75 degrees Celsius. We are close to 78, 79 degrees Celsius. This is the 27th of July. This is end of July. Look at this. Typical Dutch weather. Unbelievable. We should have a lot more sun right now. But yeah, there you go. You can't have it all, right? Just make great barbecue. Let me show you our next step in creating our perfectly crackling on our pork belly. So, as we would expect, this is not done, because this is, though it is firming up, it is still kind of leathery. So we have to take it to the next level. Now the big question is, how do you keep the meat from being soft while still get that crackling? You need a higher temperature. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to give the skin a higher temperature. But I got a trick for that. And I didn't think of this. I saw this on social media. First, let me take this off our barbecue. Put it in here. Now we are going to take out our grill grate and then take out this heat deflector. We're going to leave this out. We are going to place this back on our barbecue, but as you can see, I'm going to place this with the skin side towards an open flame over our remaining heat deflector. Just to make sure that it doesn't tilt over, I'm going to reinforce it on the back side. There we go. So there you go. So you see, that's the famous IKEA pannenrekje, or the variera. The thing we put our spare ribs in barbecue land. Everybody does it. So now we're going to create a lot more heat. We're going to stoke up that fire until it reaches about 200 to 220 degrees Celsius. So we're going to close this up. Now we want to make sure we keep the skin dry. So every now and then just grab a paper towel, pat it dry, because that dryness is going to help create those popping effects, because any moisture that's on that surface of that skin will take away the energy and not contribute to the popping of that skin and help getting that beautiful crackling. Let's see where we end up with. We're there. It's done. It looks beautiful. Let me show you. It's still on the egg. I'll reveal it to you live. Here we go. Let me bring you in. Pull the camera down a bit. Over there. Let me open the egg. How beautiful is that? Let's take it off a barbecue and let it rest before we dive into it. Look at it. I mean, you gotta have the obligatory knife running over the crackling, right? So here we goes. And I'll bring the mic in for closer. Pick this up. Now tell me, that's like heaven. Oh my God. I'm gonna slice in and tell you guys what I think. So, wow, like really wow. I did not expect that result at all. For me, it was the first time trying this. Now I noticed the good thing about this technique is that when you slice into this, you don't ruin your crackling, because you can find a nice piece between those lines that you've carved and just carve between them. So. Look at that. Look at that. How awesome is that, right? I mean, the strips of that crackling on top, the crunchiness of it. There's a, I don't know if you notice it, but there's a good smoke ring on that from the cherry that we put in. Let me slice. Yeah, you hear the crunch there. Oh my God. For me, this better than steak, better than brisket, better than pulled pork. Barbecue heaven. Crispy skin. I seriously can't get that out of my mouth. I'm Dutch. Crispy skin pork belly. Ridiculous. Nobody's coming. I'm gonna eat some more. So, if you like the video, hit the like. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe. I really appreciate all you followers. Leave a comment down below if you liked it. I'll put the recipe for this whole process also in the description. Thanks for sticking around with me. I'm gonna munch on this delicious pork belly now. And remember guys, fail fast, learn fast. Just keep grilling. Talk to you later. Talk to you later guys. I'm choked up. Oh my god, oh my god. See you next time. Bye bye.